All right, we are back. It's the next day. I realized it was like 5 o'clock in the morning and I needed to get at least a couple of hours of sleep. Anyway, so I've let these set overnight. As you can tell, because of the milk paint, there's still a little bit of variation in color, but again, I don't mind it. I'm going to be rubbing some gold on there anyway. And it just, to me, it just kind of gives it some texture and some interest. Like, I don't mind at all. I guess you could say it's kind of a happy accident. Anyway, so I'm going to be putting the transfers on these. I started doing this one last night before I realized that it was 5 o'clock in the morning. So let's finish doing these. As you see, you don't have to press very hard. And they literally come right off. Except for some reason, that's not wanting to come off. Looks like maybe a little bit of the paint lifted up, but that's fine. We can fix that. Not a big deal. That's the first time I've ever had that issue. Anyway, so once you put it on, you want the side that the transfer was attached to. So the matte side is the side that you want to use to burnish it in. And like I've said before, the more you burnish, the more it becomes one with the project. I don't know why, but it just seems to blend it in better. All right, so there's one. And while I do the rest of these, I will probably speed up the process. Because once you've seen one transfer put on, I'm sure you've seen 100 transfers put on. And don't forget, if you get a part that is not wanting to adhere, just put it back down, rub over it again. Now I will say, last night when I started to do this one, it wasn't fully cured. It was still a little sticky, tacky. So that's probably why that little section didn't stick. But even if that happens, you can just put a little bit of clear coat, Mod Podge, anything on there, lay the transfer back down, let it dry, and you're good to go. And then by the time you clear coat over top of it, it'll all be sealed in. But that's why I love transfers, because they were literally almost mistake proof. And again, taking the inside where the transfer was actually adhered to it. Burnish it in really well. And like I said, I save all these scraps because I use them. You can put paint on them. You can put your like gold waxes or whatever on them. Sometimes if you're having an issue trying to get the like small little areas to stick to your project, sometimes just go in with the corner of your stick, you know, over those points. And you shouldn't have any problems. Okay, now that we have the transfers put on, we need to seal them again. So I'm going to grab my liquid patina again. And just put a coat over the transfers. Okay, we'll let those dry. Okay, while those are drying, although I might take my heat gun to them, I am going to make some hangers so you can hang them on your tree or on your wall out of this velvet ribbon. This is part of my craft supply Etsy store called Crafting Confections. This is the color Black Cherry, if you would like to pick some of this up. This is velvet ribbon, but it's like really silky and smooth. I don't know how to explain it, but it has a nice hand to it. As you can see, it's not stiff at all. I love this ribbon. I am so addicted to it. And it comes in so many different colors. I don't even have anywhere near all the colors that it comes in. But this is definitely not the cheap stuff that you get from, you know, China. This is good quality ribbon. Anyway, I'm going to make the hangers. So I like to make them about 7 to 10 inches. Let's see what 7 would be. That should be good. So I'm going to do them at 7 inches. Let me cut that end off. Okay. And again, that is my craftingconfections.etsy.com. If you want to pick up any of those ribbons or some gorgeous colors. There's one called Winter Sage that is a big seller, and it's gorgeous for Christmas. Anyway, moving on. I think I'm going to go ahead and just heat gun these a little bit so they dry. They're almost dry, but I want them dry. All right, heat gun away. Okay, so before I put the ribbon on, I almost forgot. I want to do some gold wax on these. So All right, so I'm going to, normally I would use my Decor Wax by Prima. I love this stuff. A little bit goes a long way, just like with the Rub and Buff, and this is way cheaper. But I want more of an antique gold, so where this is a slightly brighter. So I'm going to use the Rub and Buff. All right, and then I'm just going to brush over these with a little bit of gold around the edges. Over this part, I'm just taking just a smidgen, like a minute amount, and just kind of brushing it over, because I actually want to bring out a little bit of that texture. And who doesn't love a little sparkle and shine on your Christmas tree? Go over the corners really well. All right. And just that slight brushing, like between the edges. You don't even really see it until the light hits it. And then once the light hits it, then you can see the sparkle. And I just realized that I forgot to turn my